Good morning and welcome to the Business Breakfast Chat. Today we are together to talk about a really interesting topic to prepare for the new year. And my name is Charlotte Habegger. I'm a connector and multi-entrepreneur. So I'm going to pass it over to my co-host, Imie.
And good morning to you. My name is Imie. I'm your sales coach and trainer. And today we're going to talk about, continue talking about planning for the new year. How is everyone doing?
Great, thank you.
All right. Hi, Carla.
Hi.
So have you ladies been working on your planning?
A little bit.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about it because you know it takes thinking.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So today I want to talk about the two things that could really derail our planning. A couple of weeks ago, we talked about the review. One of the actions that we have to do first is to review our past year. What are the things that we did that put us where we are? So if your productivity was in affluence, it's a crucial state or condition, because when you make a mistake, it could put you backwards. For example, take an inventory of your successful actions. If you don't take full inventory of your successful actions, you might drop them, and then you're back to square one if you don't recognize those successful actions. One of the things that I was speaking to a client this week is that sometimes we connect with certain people and a lot of people, and then we get our productivity going, we get things done, and then we get more income, and we go off to something else, and then we forget the other people who actually helped us get into that condition, or who contributed to our success in some form of another. And because we met a lot of people, we forget certain people. That is important. Your connections, your relationships, because these are, sometimes we don't see them as tangibles. You know what I mean? Like, it's not recorded as tangibles, and we forget. So that is key to a review. Now, for the two things that we need to keep in mind in our planning is, one, make it very clear and specific. That's the first thing, because sometimes we tend to generalize things. Like, I want to make $150,000 or $250,000 this year. That's one goal. But then what is it? Now you need to break it down, and what is the specific for that? Is it 100,000 in coaching, in selling your products, or do you have a passive income stream that will bring that in? You break it down into specific.
I also liked the tip. One of the tips that we had discussed is, when you take the inventory of successful actions, to go over your contacts, but actually do a concrete inventory of contacts, of communications and relationships, not to just go over it generally, but to actually assess it like an asset. Yeah. And to make it a clear inventory of that and be specific too.
Exactly. It's one of the things that get missed a lot. And I know I've done it before, and I forget that there were certain relationships that I didn't take into account. And also, because we were talking about networking and collaboration, check your accomplishments. You know, this is the review. This is the time to review your accomplishments. Where did your people come from? Where did the new clients come from? what tools was working, what tools weren't working, what to drop and not to drop, things like that. Now, the second thing that's most important is reviewing what are the possible barriers to get to meeting that goal. What will stop you from meeting that goal? And what kind of mindsets you need to get rid of, you need to ditch to meet that goal. Because I don't know if I don't remember if we talk about the be do have principle. I think we did. And that's the beingness. Sometimes you have to get rid of certain mindset. You have to release certain pain and struggle to meet certain goals. Is that real to everyone?
Mm-hmm.
Yes, it is.
Yeah. Yeah. You have to realize that. And that's part of planning. Sometimes we forget in that planning, we just have a list of goals and we don't really look at, okay, so what do I need to get rid of as far as the energy and mindset? What are the painful things? For example, what comes up a lot is, I don't like doing marketing or sales, or, what. You're going to have to embrace that. And you're going to have to figure out how to master that if you're going to meet that goal. Trying to resist it and trying to overcome it without really changing your mindset is not going to help a lot.
Any amount of resistance. And one way I find that we can see it is when we're in a group like this, like on a call or a mastermind, or being with peers that are also moving forward. I find that sometimes that's how it can come up, that we have that mindset, because sometimes we think something's not possible or we just don't like it. But then when we listen to other people who are succeeding in a certain area that's more difficult for us, then it appears that, we could do it. We could work on it. We can learn to like it, or at least learn to do it. So that may be one way of pinpointing mindset issues, because just sitting around thinking about them, I don't think that they will show up,
Yeah, and the biggest thing is recognizing, because I don't know who I talked to about the Newton's law, the third Newton's law, where if you want to see the amount of resistance that one has, right? There's always that force counter force. So if you want to measure how much resistance something is, you measure the amount of force. So if you keep pushing and pushing and pushing, you feel this resistance. That's how much resistance, that you are hitting against when you measure the amount of energy you have to put onto something. That's when you feel, okay, there's huge resistance. There's huge. And the way to unblock that resistance and break that barrier is first recognizing it and taking a look at it. Maybe you need to go over it with a mastermind like this one, or with your coach or with someone else. Figure it out, because that could be the key to your moving forward and achieving your goals.
Yes, and that should be in our calendar. Should be in our calendar for the year, if we know that we have mindset issues to work on, and so to put it in our calendar, the actions that we're going to take about that matters.
Yeah. Now let's hear from the ladies. What kind of things should we be breaking? Any thoughts on that in that regard?
So just it could be mindset issues, it could be fears, and it could be
Yeah.
problems, specific problems that you see that are coming up, and might as well take care of them. That's what we're talking about, barriers.
Well, for me, what I saw is during the year that it's almost done, that and thank you to Imie, you helped me to see that I was one of those who was, oh, I don't like marketing and I'm not good at it, and you know, all the stuff about marketing. And then when I worked with you, Imie, I had to consider that if I'm as a CEO, I'm not looking at it. This is a failure possibility point, because marketing is part of business, and the resistance that you talked about earlier, I was in that resistance. So the first thing was to let go of that resistance without knowing what I will be able to do about it, but just letting go of the resistance. That was the first step. And then I was looking at ways to become better at that. And one of the things I discover is I need to be support for that. It's not because I don't like it, it's because I don't know enough about it. So I'm kind of lost when I think about it and when I want to make actions. And it's like, I don't know what I'm doing. So I went to, I have someone right now working with me about that on the social media. And also what came to me in this work of marketing is I need to be a lot in contact, in social context, you know. If I'm working on my you know, on my office all day long and I don't talk to anyone, or I don't make contacts and I don't make new contacts, and I don't keep, like you said earlier, the link with my old contact, well, it is part of marketing. It's part of being out there. It's part of people seeing you. It's part of people will think about you because you are in contact with them. So for me, this 2020 was the opportunity to see differently marketing. And for 2021, this is my big goal, because the money is there. And not only the money, but the possibility to serve a lot of people, the possibility to change a lot of life with what I know, like you did for me with what you know, and like the person who's working with me in the about the marketing is doing for me. She is changing my life. You are changing my life, because you bring in my life, in my business life, something that I need to master. So for me, 2021, yeah, there's a number in my head, of course, but there's more embrace marketing and embrace social contacts.
Wow. Thank you, Lynn. And that's powerful, because that is really what we hit against. I'm sure every entrepreneur is experiencing that regularly, And we forget that I was thinking about this the other day, we forget that we really is touching a lot of lives daily. Did you ever think about that? It's like you touch lives daily. If we connect to at least 3 people, like really connect and change people's point of view or make somebody feel better or think better or and do better daily, if we just focus on 3 people daily. I know sometimes we get so busy with all the activities and making money and all that to feed ourselves. But if we think about changing people's lives daily, 3 people, we're actually, with everything that we're doing, we're actually touching a lot of people. And that is why when you do social media, it's not just because you're prospecting or you want to make money out of somebody. If your intention, if that is your intention, it becomes hard. It becomes pointless, and it's almost like, okay, why am I doing this? Or like, yeah, I have to do this. Yes, I have to do this. But when you're coming from a place of, okay, I need to somehow affect somebody's lives today, 3 people, that become a different activity. It becomes a gift. So that's one of the things that I realized this week is how much power we have by being out there and by talking to people, just talking to people. And what I teach is like, just relax. Don't try to sell, just like talk to people. You know, it's a beautiful thing.
I like the principle that you brought up again. I know we've talked about the be, do, have, because when you're talking with someone, if you have the idea that you can help them, I just wrote be, do, or have better. It can be all 3. And any of those could lead to a business, a transaction between the 2 in one way or another. But in any case, if we have that maybe written in front of us on our screen, or we can help people be, do, or have more, better. Those are different things. And those are things that we can actually quantify and have in our our review of what we've been able to bring to people. And then we may also find for ourselves, something to help us be, do, or have better. So to have those 3 aspects in mind, and not just the doing or the getting them to have something, or we want to have something, but all 3. I find that really, you can practice a quality when we're communicating with people. They get to practice a quality, maybe patience with us. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's
that
different.
That is the word, the key word is the quality of your be. How are you being be? What is your beingness, your presence, and your posture when you're engaging with somebody? That you could say executive presence, you could say professionalism, but you could also say that human be. If you're being human and you're being present and you're connecting with somebody, you are going to have, because that is the influence is much better when you're being be. You're not being a salesperson. You're not being a marketer. You're just being yourself. And that is the hardest thing to teach to people, I find. Because they always like, okay, I'm doing this because I need to sell and I need to make money. That comes after. That comes have. Carla, what are your thoughts?
I think the barrier, lots of barriers. Thinking about it, that from this last year, it's been a very upside down surprise year. The fear of failure.
That's huge.
Knowing that you have the information, but will somebody receive it the way you want them to receive it? And reaching the right people, and is your message going to be effective for those that you want to reach?
That's huge. I used to feel that way a couple of years ago because I know I had a lot to offer, and I finally decided after I came back from England this year, actually. I said, F it. It's just like, whatever, right? I'm just going to do what I'm supposed to do. If someone's not going to like it, then obviously I'm not going to be serving them. I'm just going to do what I think I'm going to do. And I'm just going to do it as much as I can because my intention is good, right? And I know my stuff. And when you just focus on that, at the end, it will come out all right. It will come out all right. You're just going to have that faith and trust because at the end, it will come out all right. And no matter how hard the journey is going to be, because at the beginning, you're going to have a lot of these things going on in your head. And I know like we all experience it. But when you keep doing it, that is really how you're going to change your brain. How are you going to change your brain? Because you keep doing it. It's like you have to give yourself some wins. And the more you win, the more you like your posture is like getting better. Like this year, when I'm reviewing my actions, I said to myself, I didn't meet my target. I'm being honest. I put my target out there. I didn't meet my target. Close, but not enough. But when I was reviewing all the positive things, I said, wow, I've changed people's lives. I have been an instrumental in making people meet their goals. So how you balance it, right?
Yeah.
And that's, you have to sometimes recognize that. That's why getting an inventory and doing that and just keep doing it, and you will eventually have enough of a win to say, hey, I'm the best.
Definitely, because one thing I learned in the last couple of years with my mentors is that confidence comes from action. It doesn't come from reflecting, even the planning part in itself, unless you're planning for action. Action brings the confidence up step by step. And so here's a homework for everybody in the call and watching. And then maybe take like a week or the next couple of weeks to observe what are the things that are blocking you daily in your business. Is it a mindset coming up? Is it a thought popping up? Or is it something technical too? Like, are there things that you keep having that you bump into several times a day, a computer not working? I mean, I'm talking about tangible stuff that's blocking your business, and that we kind of, I know I have several of those I just work through, but if we could write them down and plan for action to change that, because those are blocks, those are barriers. Not only the technical thing that's not working, but the why we're not taking care of the technical thing that's not working is also a block. There could be something there. So these things just need to be taken care of. It's housekeeping, right? It's just maintaining and maintenance. So and
I just want to add that we could discuss this further and like really dive into it deeper in our mastermind, so that there is, that we're ready for January. And this is really my goal with you ladies, is that come January, I want you all to be set and ready to conquer the world. Right?
Yeah. I want a brand new year. I want to be successful here. I want to forget about 2020.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're walking towards that. So any closing words, Imie, before we finish the call?
I think no matter what happened for this year, seriously, we've done a lot of good things. I know each of us have done a lot of good things.
Yeah.
Don't forget that, because it might not be our best year, but we've done a lot of good things. We've survived. We've survived.
You've survived.
Exactly, we survived. We should play that song during our mastermind. So
I'm a survivor.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody. Looking forward to seeing you on our next call and then our mastermind on Monday. So have a great day, and thank you very much. Bye.
Have a great day. Thank you.